Hey there, good morning, good day. Yeah, it just came to my mind and I thought to share. And I think I'm going to liken politics to what I want to talk about evening be. It's pathetic that parents, people generally expect the government to take up their responsibility. And in turn, the government just sit back and allow the citizens to take up their own responsibility. How do I mean? Sending your child to school is your responsibility. The kind of education you wish for your child is your responsibility. Give birth to the number of children you know that you can take care of. We don't pray for bad occurrence. We don't pray for issues. But we know stuff happen. We know things do happen that are beyond control. But let it not be that the reason why the government is responsible for free education, even though they were meant to provide. They have their own faults. Yes, they do have their faults. And there are things in the constitution that looks like the laws are made by the rich for the poor. I understand that part. Government, the whole thing has been turned upside down. We know that for sure. But my whole point this morning is you brought these children to us. Apart from the fact that there are some mistakes, premarital, childbirth, single parents. But my point is still this: you don't expect the government to take up the responsibility of your mistake or of your misgivings or to take up the responsibility of your fruit. And in turn, what the government has done is this: they make sure that there's no light so that business of generators can move. And who knows who is in charge of the production of the generators of the plan Bs that we invest on as our plan A. We have no problem in Nigeria. If we have light 24/7, we are capable of doing it. But what do you think is happening? Refineries, they refuse to repair the ones that the so-called selfless forefathers have been able to build for us. Let's assume they chopped part of it, but they were able to establish some things that we are still sitting with today. And you think generator business is just for fun? Those that are into it can't thrive in other countries that they have stable lights. But they come to your country because they know your government has decided to be irresponsible in that part, in that aspect of providing you with stable light, which is your right as a citizen. Because citizens have decided to pour their own personal responsibility on the government, even though free education is still the right of every citizen. Please don't get me wrong. Just thought to share, liking it to our lives. You are your first responsibility. Even in religion, you are your first responsibility. Don't make your pastor's prayer as your plan A. Most of people that go to church to pray don't really go to church to pray. They only go to church to fulfill the righteousness of being under a cover to pray for them. These people too, come on, they need our prayers. And that is the same person you are relying on to pray for you, a man that his breath is in his nostrils as yours. That is why most of us are being manipulated. Honestly, that's the truth. You are your first responsibilities. The same way you think other people's prayer would be answered over your life. Do you know their sacred place? Do you know their character gauge? Do you know what they weigh in God's presence? How dare you trust people's intuition, people's instruction, and you abandon yourself to develop your own mind, to develop your spirits to hear from God. Nobody tells you what God tells them to tell you without filtering it. So you can never get the concentrated information directly. Even when you hear directly from God for yourself, yes, your mind still filters it from the spirit to be able to comprehend what is being said. So why do you think you can trust a man to do that for you? And remember, the Bible says, "Woe unto a man who trusts in a man." Ègbé ni fún ẹni tí ó fi ènìyàn ṣègbékèlé rẹ̀. We fear the curses of man. Do you know God curses too? The word is enough for the wise. If parents have chosen, remember, I've tried to diversify in different areas of life. The same principle cuts across. If you make somebody responsible for what you are meant to do, the person cunningly definitely will make you responsible for what they are meant to provide for you. And it will always be more burden. The comeback is always the more burden. Thank you for listening. My name is Iyanu Oluwakwande. Have a lovely time ahead.